har det riktigt bra på vår runda jord. Tacka, dela, gör någon glad, och det vill Gud idag. Och vi kan dela.
This is Mission Spotlight reporting from a land of the Nordics.
Och jag lånar en kopp socker. Ja visst, Samara Potti, det är klart att du får. Ja, så var det en fråga till, sa grannen. Jag har sett att varje fredag står det 7 par skor.
It is Sabbath morning in Sweden.
Och du putsar dem så vita och fina varje fredag. Varför gör du det?
The expressive Swedish language makes Sabbath school stories beautiful. Every Sabbath morning, children gather in 50 different Sabbath schools throughout this land. Around the world, children share the same joys in Sabbath school.
Så ber ni Jesus om hjälp, va? Ni knäpper händerna och säger: käre Jesus, kan inte du göra så att jag blir frisk, om det är din vilja? Och den här mannen, han hade blivit frisk efter så lång tid.
And around the world, talented, concerned teachers give strength to the Sabbath school. Sweden is a part of a great mountainous peninsula that droops 1,200 miles from the northernmost reaches of Europe. Cold, dark winters, milk-white nights of short summers. This is the Northland. The northern 1/7 of Sweden lies inside the Arctic Circle. It is a part of an unspoiled wilderness called Lapland, a land of the wandering reindeer. Short, stocky people, Lapps are mostly miners or lumberjacks. 2,000 of the 10,000 Laplanders in Sweden live as their ancestors, wandering about with their herds of reindeer. This is a land of thousands of lakes and many swift rivers. Half the land area is covered with forest. The plains in the central and southern part have rich, fertile farmland. Stockholm, the capital city, is widely famed and praised for its beauty. It sprawls across 14 islands laced by more than 50 bridges. Established 700 years ago as a small trading center, it has become a great commercial hub for Europe. Its history is lost in the mist of saga and legend. Stockholm has a wealth of interesting buildings unparalleled in Europe except in Italy. It is a city seasoned with culture and dramatic theater. The City Hall is world famous for its remarkable architectural design. Here, the Alfred Nobel Peace Prize is awarded each year. This award, first made in 1901, is undoubtedly the most publicized of all international awards. The Royal Palace is situated on the site of the old Three Crowns Castle, which was destroyed by fire in 1697. Royal crowns grace the railings on the bridge spanning the water around it. The Church of Sweden is Lutheran. Through the years, religion has waned. Today, the 8 million people of this country are mostly passive about the church. A silver Bible is housed in the Swedish University at Uppsala. This is the translation of the 4 Gospels into Gothic. It is a great gem and one of the most significant literary documents of the Western world. In Sweden, as in so many other countries, the beginnings of the Seventh-day Adventist Church trace to small tracts printed at Battle Creek, Michigan. Relatives mailed these back to their homelands, and soon people began to keep the Sabbath. The first Seventh-day Adventist Church in Sweden was organized in 1880. Growth was slow. Times were hard. People were unsettled. There was strong religious opposition. During the last 100 years, the membership has gradually grown to 4,000. These 4,000 members support an ambitious program. Their publishing house provides many books and much literature in the Swedish language. These books, says Ulf Gustafsson, the press manager, are sold by foreign students who are accepted by the Swedish people better than our own students.
Last summer, we had about 70 students representing many different countries from all over the world. We had students from India, Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Nigeria, Ghana, Egypt, Ethiopia. We also had students from Italy, Yugoslavia, and we had them from the West Indies and closer countries like Finland, England, Germany, and France.
Every 2 years, these students cover all the homes in Sweden. They sell only for cash, no time payments. 500,000 ingathering leaflets are printed each year. Sweden, next to Iceland, leads the world field in ingathering per capita. Retired people in Sweden are well cared for under an extensive government social security system. To provide companionship for such members within the church, the Swedish Conference has built a lovely retirement home. In the interest of healthful living, the Conference operates a food factory. Products which cannot be produced locally are imported. Sales in 1978 exceeded 6 million kroner, about $1.5 million United States dollars. 261 health food shops throughout Sweden carry these popular foods. In some cities, members are setting up health food restaurants, and these are becoming very successful. The image of Seventh-day Adventists in Sweden is good. Our members in Gävle have received an award for having the most beautiful church in the city. Headquarter offices are in the heart of Stockholm. Leaders here report that the Swedish government has entrusted great sums of money to the Seventh-day Adventists for use in foreign aid. Sweden pays from their gross national income the largest per capita to foreign aid of any country in the world. Pastor Jodal, Division Director for the Seventh-day Adventist Development Work, says,
during the past 6 years, we have had 18 million Swedish kronor entrusted to us for development work.
Some of these funds have been channeled into our schools in Bolivia, South America, Upper Volta, and Ghana in West Africa. The road that leads to Ekbyholm is lined with old oak trees, weathered and gnarled. Ekbyholm is a Seventh-day Adventist co-educational boarding school in Sweden, a school known for its high standards. The administration building at this school is an old royal castle. The original construction was completed in 1632. It is one of the most historically significant buildings in all Sweden. Artifacts, historical drawings, maps, and art pieces dating back to the 1600s are being preserved in the parlor.
There are numerous fireplaces in this castle, and they were constructed 1770. This castle was completed in 1632, and for a time it was occupied by the Swedish Prime Minister.
A king's room is furnished and maintained by the government. This room is often visited by tourists and students of art and history. Paintings on the wall and ceiling are 240 years old. Roman goddesses and vocations of the people are depicted on the walls. The ceiling has bird scenes of the 4 seasons. Many of the other campus buildings date back to the late 1800s. Some of the old oaks surrounding them are known to be 250 years old. Ekbyholm trains youth from kindergarten to the university level. This school in Sweden has been designated to benefit from the 13th Sabbath offering this quarter. Members faithfully and loyally support the entire church program, but it is not possible for a constituency of 4,000 to carry such an extensive operation and meet the needs of capital improvements. For a number of years, youth attending Ekbyholm have longed for an auditorium gymnasium. The weather is very cold during many months of the school year. In the original plan, the overflow offering was stipulated for this new addition to the campus. But an emergency has come up. The sewage disposal no longer meets community requirements. No new construction can be added. In fact, the school faces a possible closing if the problem is not solved very soon. Cost of this plant improvement is estimated at 1 million kroner, or about $250,000. Students at Ekbyholm and fellow church members throughout Sweden will take courage as the world church comes to their assistance in this crisis hour. Something happened, and now I know he touched me and made me whole. This is Mission Spotlight reporting.